For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Number one for New Country, 99.5 WKDQ. Good morning. It's the Q Crew Morning Show with Ryan and Leslie. Taylor Merriss from the Evansville Police Department still with us. Let's talk about, we were talking about it off mic, unless you don't want to.
No, let's talk.
Let's talk about these cameras that you guys have installed in certain intersections across the tri-state, but aren't revealing the exact locations for them. And I know there's been some stories been put out there about reasons and why you guys won't say, well, they're at this location. So why don't you explain why these are, I mean, how difficult are they to spot if I'm just driving down the road? Would I be able to see them? I don't know how big they are.
Yeah, you would be able to see them. I mean, it's not like we've tucked them away and hid them from everybody.
Well, yeah, because they got to be able to see the road.
Right, yeah. And the reason that we don't want to disclose where these flock cameras are is because we don't want them to be vandalized. And we don't want people that are committing crimes, for instance, driving around in a stolen vehicle, having a stolen license plate on your car. We don't want them to take alternate routes around, so we can't figure out where they're at.
Sure.
For example, yesterday, I was in my office, and I heard some guys talking about a stolen U-Haul truck. And they're like, well, we just saw it go past this street on the flock camera, because we can get alerts. If a stolen vehicle goes past one of these cameras, we'll get an alert. And so they were tracking it through this system to try and locate the U-Haul truck. So that's just an example, like yesterday, how we utilized it.
And you had another example, too, was a week or two ago, where you guys assisted with a county. Was it an Indiana county or Illinois?
Yeah, it was an adjacent county, actually.
Adjacent county, okay.
But even
stolen vehicle.
Yeah, but to go back to your question, even if it's a stolen vehicle from, let's say, Maine, we would still get an alert on it. Because it's in
the database?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like database. A national, okay, it's all tied together. Okay, that I didn't know.
Yeah, but yesterday I was in my office. I came to work a little early. Not yesterday. Last week I was in my office, and I came to work a little early, and I heard an auto theft detective get on the radio and say, hey, I found a stolen vehicle. It's parked, unoccupied. Go ahead and start Tri-State, which is a towing company that we use. And I kind of listened more, and then I was like, oh, well, I just saw that car on the flock camera. And then I continued to get the alert, and I'm like, well, that's weird. I know he just towed it. Well, it was on the back of the tow truck, still picking up on the cameras. Yeah, because it wasn't out of the national database yet.
So the good news is that the cameras work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But they're not meant to be, it's not necessarily to catch speeding or...
No, they don't track speed at all.
What is the main point is really just for any kind of, maybe there's been a crime committed, you got the license plate number and you're tracking where that person is going so you can send officers to try to intercept them, right?
So, yeah. So let's say that there's a stolen vehicle, a stolen license plate. We have used it for, let's say there were shots fired in a certain location. We can check that camera and see what license plates went through that intersection at the approximate time to see if those vehicles were involved. It's legitimately just a license plate reader. It doesn't read anything else except for license plates, and then whatever is attached to the national database is what comes back to that license plate.
So this isn't... Go ahead, Leslie.
I just wondered, too, as you were talking about, like, stolen vehicles, but let's say that there's a Amber Alert. So that is also a way to be able to track to find a missing child as well.
Yeah, and we have done that. That's something that we had to run maybe 3 weeks ago. It seems like every week we have utilized these in a pretty important role. About 3 weeks ago, there was a kid that went missing. Somebody had taken this child from a home, and we knew what the offender had arrived in. So we checked the cameras around the approximate time that he would have left that apartment building and found an image, a clear image of him with the child on the back of this motorcycle. And we were able to determine what the license plate was, the address that was listed to that license plate, and we were able to locate that child and that male like within an hour.
Oh, wow, that's impressive.
So we're fortunate to have these.
Yes, sounds like it. Yeah,
and,
for sure.
We have my sergeant, Anna Gray, she's done numerous stories on these, and she has all the statistics, but it's well over 100, maybe even 200 cases that we have utilized these flock cameras in already.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they've not been up that long, have they?
We had 6 that were up originally just to test out, and then we ended up getting a grant for more. So we've had the 6 up prior to the bulk of them. I think we have 52 now.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Very cool. All right. Well, that is Taylor Merriss from the Evansville Police Department. Always good to see you. We could talk forever, but I know you got other things to do. So we'll see you next week.
I'm pretty conservative. Many of us are here in rural America. We believe, and I believe, that we have a responsibility to care for not only for our families, but our communities. And this wind project is a great opportunity. It's roads, bridges, schools, things that we need around here. For people who are skeptical, come and see it. It is creating opportunities that we never had before.
Fuel for Thought, presented by the American Clean Power Association.